I just want you to know, traffic can suck balls, Mr. Garrison.
Okay.
Traffic can suck balls, Mr. Garrison. Hello and welcome back to South Park. Gonna meet some friends of mine. Anyhow, how are you? Welcome to the Lou, Toe, the Groza, and Marion Motley edition, and Big Mr. Hutchinson and Orlando Pace of the other side of the ball.
Hola.
Greetings. Welcome back, sir, by the way. Missed you the last couple of shows. Anyhow, Double A in the house, and back from the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard looking for Infinity Stones and perhaps Stormbreaker. Scott the Viking McCorkle is back in the house after missing the last two shows. Welcome back, buddy.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm ready to talk some football.
Apparently you look ready.
I'm ready, Sketty.
And he hasn't decided if he's going to pull a doubleheader or not, but at least for today, with his champagne of beer and promoting Only Dads on his head, the man in the glasses, the one, the only, never afraid of lots of words, Knox 25 in the building. How are you, my guy?
Yo, what's the deal?
How are you?
I get to sit by Dub today in the Viking. You feel me? It's different.
It's
Talk
very,
about some stuff.
it's very different. Of course, we got Quan 59 in the building with some Girl Scout cookies.
What?
Yeah, who's the
I'm
plug?
snacked out right now. I don't think I ate lunch. I can't remember.
And he's got his kettle chips.
Kettle chips, yogurt,
Is that a part
fake
of
Nutri-Grain bars,
pH balance on point.
fruit.
fruit? He is definitely
I
harnessing.
don't think I ate today, and I forgot because I just did my sports show,
Yeah.
unnamed sports show, live whenever I feel like it. But I did that, and then I realized I hadn't eaten, so I need to order pizza, or I'm gonna just eat snacks all day.
And yes,
Cue the pineapple.
his pizza will have pineapples, folks. We've already been through this before.
Hey, mine's had pineapples on it last night.
Did it?
Yeah.
From where?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, nobody out pizzas the hut. Anyhow, Chris is on
Remember
assignment.
when they were a restaurant?
I do.
Yeah.
Is that fucking
Yeah, when they had
wild?
the-
They
their
had
own
arcade
salad-
games.
own
That shit, the salad bar.
salad
No, I
bar.
swear to God.
Man,
Yes,
Pizza Hut was a spot.
yes, we're showing our age. Yes, pizza actually used to be an indoor restaurant, not just you go pick it up or they deliver.
man,
Know your history, folks.
we were just ripe for the molesting, weren't we?
There was still a
Just all
couple of
hanging
those
out
in town
with no
till
adults
like
and a
2
bunch of
years ago.
quarters.
Well, I know
Yeah.
I think they just closed the last one.
Damn.
the one on Civic Center. That's
Las Vegas Boulevard.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that was one of the last ones.
That's one of the last ones. Yeah.
And there was one on Sahara and like Valley View, and then another one on the east side.
Trop.
Rest in peace.
It's like Blockbuster.
Rest in peace.
Right? Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, All points in between.
Thank you. Go ahead. Devin.
Chris is on assignment, but I'm pretty sure he's watching. So hello, Chris. How are you? And hope you're having fun. And also, shout out to Blaze who went on the knife early this morning. So prayers to you, my guy, in full recovery and get back to doing what you love to do, which we know he's watching the show right now. So shout out
Getting
to
a new
Nick
shoulder.
Blaze.
Yeah.
I heard that sex change operation is rough.
I thought he got a bionic shoulder just to jerk it harder. It hooks up to his VR via
I'm done.
Wi-Fi.
He didn't want to be a grower. He just wanted to be a shower.
Just to show it.
Shout out to Only Dads.
There's a company in Texas that, you know what? Never mind. Not that I looked it up.
It's cool.
We do have a guest, one in studio and one joining us from the Sunshine State, who is got his own podcast promoting a NFL in Florida called The Parlay. Woody Charles is in the building. Woody, are you there?
Is Woody really in the building?
I got a Woody, but I can't show that.
Please don't.
That's hilarious.
There he is. Woody, how are you? Welcome to the show, my guy. How are you?
I'm great, fellas. How y'all doing?
What's going
I'm
on?
doing way better now that you're here. I don't have to make any more jokes.
Even though we can't see you yet, but real quickly, talk about how you got involved in this thing that is called the Ace NFL, and how did the parlay all come together?
So starting with A7, I'm one of the OG veterans. I like to call myself. I started way back when it was Town Beef
Okay.
in New Jersey. So I'm originally from Jersey.
Okay.
I was playing back in 2007, 2008 when I was, probably a little too young to be playing in the league. I had my own team for a couple seasons. I had the New Jersey Outlaws, and I've just been playing in this league ever since. As far as when I moved here to Florida, I was right after during COVID. And right when COVID was over, they opened up the division. Well, you know what I mean. They opened up the division down here, and I just jumped on the opportunity to play this game that I love. So I joined A7 Florida, and I've been on the Orlando Ghosts ever since.
So how are things looking for the Ghosts for this upcoming season, which is only now in 11 days from
Yeah, for sure.
today?
The Ghosts were locked in. We're ready. We've been building all off season. We've had a couple of hiccups with recruiting, as I'm sure anybody that plays in this league knows. The off-season recruiting is kind of crazy. A lot of player movement going around all over the place. But we're locked in. We're ready. We're ready to compete. We're definitely ready to go toe-to-toe with the Crawlers and with the Orange again.
Gentlemen, floor is yours if you want to ask
What do you think your biggest pickup was during the offseason?
I kind of don't want to tip our hands, but I'll do it because I'm on the show and I respect you guys.
Appreciate it.
We picked up an ex-WWE wrestler. The man's name is Gabriel, about a 6'4", 250-something, ex-rugby, ex-WWE guy. We're ready to let him loose on this league for sure.
Hell yeah.
Now I gotta
That
figure
sounds
out.
dope.
Now I gotta figure
What
out.
was his WWE
Yeah, I
name?
gotta figure
Right,
out
that's what I was
which name was he under?
I'm sure he did. I don't think he got out of the developmental in NXT.
Okay.
So I don't know if he got as far as the ring name. I'm going to ask him. I try not
Okay.
to ask him too much about it. But I'll let you guys know. I'll follow up on that.
Yeah, if you can find that name, I'm sure
Yeah.
Dub and Matt Ryan from the 3-on-1 podcast will know something about it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Matt would know before I would, because
Matt is
I don't.
plugged in.
I don't watch NXT. I mean, I know there's some great stuff in NXT. Which, for one thing, can you please let Braun Breaker use his actual name? He's a Steiner. We all know this. He looks just like his freaking dad. We all know that is Rick Steiner's son. Come on. Anyhow, back to football talk. Knox, you got a question for him?
No, you said you picked up someone from WWE, right? Does he come with anything besides that? Does he have any background within the game itself?
Good
The
question.
game of actual football, no, but he's a former rugby player, so we know there's that little bit of translation there. So there's already going to be that learning curve of coming from rugby to football. And then just regular football coming to A7, which is, a learning curve of its own. So that's the experience that he has on the football field.
All right, I had another question. Are you guys obviously everybody has seen like how the Nightcrawlers came out and kind of gave a different look than anybody else has traditionally been giving in the A7FL. Are you guys looking to follow in the same lines and come out and break the mold and come out with something new? Are you guys going to try and implement a different type of system? What type of style are we going to see evolving out of Florida, especially out of your team this year?
So I like to say about Florida, Florida is a different breed. I've played, obviously, in New Jersey. I've played against Baltimore teams. I haven't gotten a chance, obviously, to play against anybody out west yet. but we did get to play against Ohio. I like to say that Florida itself has a unique brand of football.
They do.
Yes.
They
They
like to
do.
have they like to have the saying, 4 twos grow on trees out here, 4 threes grow on trees. Let me say it right.
You're not
Um,
wrong.
there's a lot of speed
Fast
out
as
here.
hell.
That was kind of the thing. It's a lot of speed out here, so it's a wide open game. But I think with the Ghost, the unique thing that we bring here is we run the ball a lot. We run the ball the most out of anybody in this division. So our game is a little bit more in line with the Ohio style that we played against. Maybe
Okay.
a little bit. Maybe that's my Jersey influence, where we run the ball a hell of a lot. But we definitely open it up as well because we have the speed. But we like to have speed at every position, and that's why I'm really excited about adding Gabriel to the team, because that's going to add a lot of power to our run game as well. So Florida with the night crawlers, as far as your part about them breaking the mold, they bring that flag football
Right.
element to it. And with the athletes that they have, the dynamic athletes that they have, they create a lot of matchup problems.
Right. They utilize space very well. Like the
Yeah,
A7 field feels really small when you step onto it because it's only because of it's only sidelined to hashes. So it looks smaller when you originally step onto the field, but what you realize is the utilization of that space created
absolutely.
by like the quick cuts and misdirections like can make that field huge. And if you're
Yeah.
not ready for that, you get caught out of position, or if you blow your assignment trying to get greedy and make a play, you could really get caught behind the A ball.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's the tough part about. I'm giving you a lot of inside baseball here, but I think that's the hard part about.
I'm digging for it.
Obviously,
We
y'all
we think
cracked
you
the
guys are
code.
gonna make it past Jersey anyway. So I mean, we just gonna
Well,
say that's
see,
riled them up regardless.
that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Vegas is already Nevada. Sorry, let me say Nevada's already cracked the code as far as beating them, getting a chance to actually like really. I wouldn't say neutralized, because the game was kind of a back and forth kind of game, but there was a big turn. Even DC, when DC Buzz beat them, they were able to find a way to kind of crack the code. I think down here in Florida, because we match up speed wise with them, I feel like we don't rely on the same things that the out of state teams rely on to beat them. And I think that's kind of the shift that we've all here in Florida got to come to the point of the realization of understanding, like, hey, with what we have in our strengths, like we can't just match up athlete for athlete, speed to speed for these
Right.
guys. We kind
Well,
of got to
scheme beats
do something a little
athleticism.
different.
Scheme is what does it. It's like staying home. My bad.
no.
But
Keep
yeah,
going, keep going.
the scheme and the style in which you play, like being able to trust that your teammate's going to stay home so that you can fully commit without having the fear of having to turn around and make a play. Like, I think that's what
Yeah.
kind of neutralizes that athleticism a little bit.
Mhm.
But also, then again, if all it takes is one little hole with that athleticism, and it's
exactly.
one mistake, one hesitation, it's critical. But with that, I went back and watched that DC Buzz game, and that's exactly how they do it. They just played at home. They were willing to
Yeah.
give up the 3-4 yards to prevent the 15, 20, 30-yard play, which is what the night
Absolutely.
crawlers were. They were
Absolutely.
that low you big pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just had the athletes to where a screenplay that's supposed to get 4 yards every
Go
once in a while
75.
breaks
Yeah,
for 80.
definitely. Out of
So
that.
I mean, it's interesting to see. It's going to be really fun to watch you guys implement a run heavy offense down there. It's going to be fun.
We had a team season one, the Tampa A team. They were very run heavy, super throwback to again back to the Town Beef days. They two back set, wishbone. They had a running quarterback that didn't really throw the ball too much, and they ran the ball constantly. So though our games were always fun, they were a bit more. Well, we always scored a lot here in Florida. That was the thing. Our defenses. It was just really hard because, like you said, it just takes a crease. And these athletes out here are just amazing, and everyone's fast. Like the slow guys are fast. So, like you said, it just takes people staying home. It takes you being. I tell everybody, you got to come out here with your technique. You can't just come out here with raw athleticism and think that you're going to do something in A7FL, not just Florida, all of A7FL. You can't just come out here with raw athleticism and think that you're going to, really do anything. You got to have technique. You got to have some kind of, skill beyond just talent. You got to have some skill for sure.
All right, for those that are tuning in and wondering who we're talking to, we are talking to Woody Charles from the Parlay, his podcast down there in A7FL, Florida, who we appreciate joining us today. So, is there any talk within the division in Florida of expansion, going into different cities and adding some more teams to Florida?
That's definitely something that we want to do. I think I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Obviously, with my to bring it back a little bit. Sorry, fellas. With my podcast, the thing I love the most about my podcast, the Parlay, is we're not affiliated with the league, so we're able to like keep it 100 about everything that goes on. Especially down here in Florida, it was the basis of it was to give a voice to the voiceless. We didn't have a voice in the league, so we wanted to make sure that players had a platform where they could speak their truth. So I'm gonna do the same thing here on your platform, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead, bring it.
We struggle with registration here in Florida. I think that we've from not having a leader like you guys and Derek, and everything that trickles down with that, we don't have that here. So I know me personally, I've lost at least 4 or 5 like really good players based on the disorganization with what's going on down here in Florida. It's truly on the players to build and run this division. No disrespect to Nick. Nick tries really hard. He's a great guy. I like Nick Alemo a lot. But it's hard for him to do it. He's got a lot of things tied behind his back. So we tried. I know me personally, I've gotten guys from Tampa. I've got a guy down in Fort Lauderdale on my team. We've expanded to different cities as far as finding athletes, but the team-wise, that's something that comes from the league. We can't really just, say, hey, we're going to get another team out in Jacksonville, come play. That's got to be a league decision. So right now, I think this season we're down to 3 teams again. We haven't had a 4-team division since year 1 or year 2. No, year 1. Year 1 was the last time we had all 4-team, 2 Tampa teams, 2 Orlando teams. So it's been a vacuum as well with players kind of going to different teams. And that kind of saw a lot of the best players at A-team go to the Crawlers. And it's like a fight every year to keep your best players away from the Crawlers at this point.
Well, considering of how close they came to winning the championship back in July, we can see why the Nightcrawlers are a very very good team to watch and very fun team to watch. So, I mean, if it was for you to decide how many teams would you prefer to have in the Florida division or just in the Florida region period?
I would say at least a legitimate 8. Maybe 2 in South Florida, 2 here in Orlando, 2 out in Tampa, and then we haven't even touched the Panhandle yet. So you get up there and get some of them, big Samoan guys out here. I know y'all got a couple out west, but you get some of the Samoan guys up there in the Panhandle and Pensacola area, Gainesville. We haven't even touched that market yet. So I would love 8 teams. It's a lot of traveling. The thing about Florida is it's a very big state,
like Texas.
Like Texas, for sure. I think it's like
there's
3
a lot
hours
of money down there.
In Texas, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just getting from here in Orlando to Miami is about 3 hours. So,
sounds about right.
Or even just what it's about 2.5 to go from here to Tampa, which is on the west coast of Florida, and we're in the central of it. So if you're talking 3 hours just that way, imagine if there's a Pensacola team trying to play Miami.
Right. Okay. So how does that? What makes A7 different from the flag community out there? Because the flag community out there is so strong, and they have so many teams for these home tournaments. Is it the cash, the prospect of having that cash money at the end? Because we there is the cash money for the national tournament. So like those tournaments are so packed. And I don't understand why. Because Vegas is a small city in comparison to a lot of the other markets. And we have so many athletes and we have so many teams. Like we could put out more teams if we really cut down the roster limit. Like we could put out even more teams. So we're trying to reach other markets in the state. So we have a different type of struggle we're going through. So we empathize with that a little bit because we don't understand necessarily how that must feel. So the fact that you guys are putting out the team, it sheds light into how these guys are playing so hard in these blowout games and stuff. There is a little bit of pride attached to that, and it's a wonder to me why it doesn't transfer over from the flag community. Do you have any ideas on how to try to get those guys to come over to A7? Because all the guys that I know that were really good in flag and that have transferred over into A7, A7 is a better fit for a lot of the more physical players, like the line guys, the linebackers, and the running backs So it transfers, the skill set transfers well. I mean, I guess my long-winded ass question is, how do you get that to come over? God damn,
No,
shut
I
up,
was with
Scott.
you. I'm the
Fuck.
same way. I'll tell you on my show.
I gotta
I'm the
write these
same
down.
way. Yeah, no, I was resonating with you because that's me on my show. I do the same thing. I'll give you guys a whole paragraph before I even wrap it up and get to the actual question.
Yeah, my fault.
But to answer you though, bro, I think that with Flag, they just got it's a community. It's a lot of guys that just have been doing it for so long with each other, and then they bring in they bring the little homies along. And you said it there a bit. It's the cash. You can go play a weekend tournament and leave with cash, as opposed to A7FL. You don't get your money till the end of the season. It's that kind of investment. Let's go out. Let's go to Jacksonville. We're gonna play 2 days, and we're gonna leave on a Friday. By Sunday, we're leaving with cash in our hands, or whatever the case may be. And then it's a culture. You got down here Worlds, Tampa Worlds, and you got the Worlds tournament that they play here in Orlando.
Right.
You got teams that the Ghosts follow on Instagram, teams that we're cool with, that we try to work and network with.
Hey, hey man, Bert Kreischer's from Tampa. Y'all need to get on comedian Bert Kreischer. He has all that success. Tell him to get out there and start up a little team. Throw you guys some money.
Come on now, the money's there. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, there's a ton of money in Florida.
The money and the talent, for sure.
A couple of them fishing boats sold could build y'all a stadium.
A yacht.
Come on now, you ain't wrong. Brother. So I think that's the thing, and it's also that fear. Like I don't want to call it fear because we're men and no man want to hear about fear. But when I go out here and I recruit and I mention no pads tackle, and you just see that look in everybody's eyes, and I think it's just that first initial thing for these guys playing flag, which is quote unquote safer, and I'm doing hand quotes, you can't see me, safer to them, and they don't want to get over that hump of, I'm going to be out here with no pads, because there's a huge semi-pro community. And I was wrong earlier when I talked about Gabriel. He also played for the Orlando Predators, so he has arena ball experience as well.
Okay.
The Orlando Predators is here as well, so there's an arena football community as well. But again, that comes down to money because those guys are getting paid to play.
The old Tampa Sundown.
And there are other avenues. Not sure if you guys are necessarily aware of it, and there's not just you or your division, but all teams in all divisions. You can get your team sponsored if you know somebody with deep pockets. You can get a sponsorship and somebody can cover your jerseys. You can find a bar that'll come pick up, you know what I mean? Sooner or later, eventually, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. Then all of a sudden, everybody's making $100 a game. Then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Insurance and trainers and all this stuff are covered. Extra stuff beyond everything else. You guys can take care of yourselves. And one thing I've learned that helps is, because I've been getting out in the community trying to get some of these bars locally to show our games. We already have such a strong interior support from our football community. We need to try and reach outside of our community to try and get the average citizen of Las Vegas as involved as some of these other cities, because our football talent is deep, but our exterior connection with the community hasn't been so strong. So getting out there and explaining to these people that it is your barber, it is your mechanic, it is your electrician, it is, the guy who whatever, owns whatever. Yeah.
The working class man.
This is your buddy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it is safe. And what I've learned is, instead of having some of these big hit highlight drills, if you just show some of the 3-on-1 returns and some of the highlights, if you just have a little thing queued up, it's just got to be a quick minute, 2 minutes. You can make it yourself real quick, man. It could be your personal highlight if you want to. Get out there and show them that it's not a psycho's game. We're a little crazy because we play it, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's
Needless
not necessarily,
to say,
it's not necessarily a crazy game that's played. We let out some crazy shit while we're playing it, but it's not a crazy game to play.
It's entertaining.
Exactly. It's entertaining, and it is relatively safe. We're not out here trying to take each other's heads off, because that's your concussion too.
Yep. No, I think for me, I think my favorite selling point is when I explain the league to people. I like to show them my stature. I don't know if you guys can see from my picture. I'm only about 5'5", 185. And I told them I've been playing in this league since 2007. And I'm going to knock on wood. No broken bones, no concussions, no nothing. I play with my mouthpiece every week. What you said?
I was saying that's Deuce Von Darren Sproles status. My goodness.
I mean, that's the 85 was some dad bod. I used to play at 150, but that was even. I'm talking about rookie year, Courage Mosley back in the day. Like let me not get down that road. But anyway, that's my main selling point. But everything you're saying is 100% factual. I've got a sponsorship tier for my team. Like I said, I'm giving you guys all the skinny.
We appreciate
That's
it.
what I do. I bring it to I've brought it to tattoo shops. I brought it to, like you said, the local bars. I brought it to a lot of people around here. The problem that we have here in Florida is when I then have these people come out to the games and they see the disorganization behind it. Because again, that just comes from us not having our on-field product. Like I tell anybody, any player that comes in, come play a game, come to a scrimmage. You'll be hooked. I like to make the comparison to drugs. You get one hit of this, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be. The atmosphere is crazy. You get on these sidelines.
You don't even have to go.
Florida.
But I tell some people, you don't even have to go play. Like, even if you're an athlete, go hold the chains. Just hold the chains for a game.
Sideline. Just be on that sideline. Hear the shit talking. Here, you feel the cleats hitting the ground. You feel like you understand that this is football. Like, this is in every sense of the word. This is exactly what we have with pads. This is just without pads.
But
These
also
are
on
guys
the
form tackling.
And when you're on the field level, you actually get to hear play calling.
Yeah.
You get to hear
Yeah.
get to hear guys communicating about the on-field play. Like this, yes, we kind of advertise it as backyard football, but this is highly organized, thought out, game planned football. That we can sit here and we can act like we're just getting together on Sundays and just tossing the ball around, which sometimes it boils down to we are, but also at the same time, these are football minds that are doing that. Not everybody is like a high school football coach. Granted, I happen to be on a team with a lot of guys that are, but but some of the best players in our league are Madden experts, and these are high IQ players.
That's the key thing. The football IQ that they have, I think sometimes is taken for granted.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. And I said it.
They really don't realize how smart these players are.
Exactly.
In calling out plays and talking about, if you go here, I'll be there. Boom, 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 boom. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like the IQ was there.
I've seen it from guys. Like, I honestly believe the first year of the Crawlers, when they first took off, first year of the Crawlers, they were just in the huddle, and Mark Bagley was just calling plays, just saying, you run this route, you run that route, all right, hike, and then doing it. I think they've evolved to maybe having a play sheet now. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that's where it relies. And I give the Crawlers reference only because they've been the furthest in this league. I know our first year we sent the Tampa A team up to New Jersey, and they got railroaded. Doing the same thing, didn't have any plays, didn't have any structure. And the beauty that I love about Florida is you've seen the evolution in Florida. Like you guys are saying, like you're seeing guys really starting to put in the time and hone this. Like, I know we meet at least 3 times a week, twice on the field, twice virtually, once on the field, 3 times a week on the Ghost. I actually missed the meeting today to be on this call with y'all. I'm just going to say a shout out to all the Orlando Ghost players that might be listening.
Oh, we appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
But that's what we do. It takes we put a lot into it. We're putting a lot into our on-field product because, again, we made that decision. Me and Joey Bate, who's my co-host on the parlay, and also defensive player of the year, our former quarterback. All that in this league. Great player, great guy. Me and him, we made that decision for the Ghost, and we try to bring that to the rest of the guys in the division. Like, our on-field product is what we sell. We don't have, no, not trying to start anything with you guys. We don't have the bells and whistles that Vegas has.
Right. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because we hear that from you guys, or we've heard it from you guys now, and we've heard it from the East Coast. Yeah. When you guys say the bells and what does that mean?
So you see this show right here, which I'm not saying is not provided by the league. We're just saying that you guys got it. You guys have a platform that is big enough for you guys to do what you do. You guys get the highlight packages. Again, not saying that you guys aren't doing it yourselves, but you guys have more than Ohio has. Ohio don't has nothing. Like, they're just a bunch of guys playing football. Same thing down here in Florida. Jersey gets everything. They get everything. I don't know why they will ever complain about you guys. They get all the coverage. They get the front page. They get everything. Cool. Yeah, I got bells and whistles. So
I guess I was asking that because, in a sense, we all started just like you guys are, right?
Yeah.
Where there wasn't this studio, right? There wasn't this production.
It was Zoom meetings.
You know what I'm saying? So again, it goes out with, like we've been saying, you got to reach out to people. You never know who you have in your city until you reach out. and you're not going to do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And I think every season, every city has talkers and they have walkers. And I think we've come across a lot of talkers. And I think you guys got walkers. So you guys reached out to people and they put those words to action. And we haven't found that yet here.
Would you say Corey is a talker or a walker?
Well,
Boy.
Corey's not Florida, so I'm only speaking.
No. But you did say that you had background in other places.
Oh yeah, so for sure, I played against Corey his rookie year too. I don't know what Corey is. I can't really speak to too much of what Corey is. I would say he's a bit of he's more of a talker than a walker, but he does do a good amount of walking. I will give him credit for what he does, but he's definitely a bigger mouth than he is than he is anything else. He's somebody that's reached out when we started our podcast. He hasn't really followed up on the things that he said, but again, that's also somebody I didn't want to reach out to too much. Also, I didn't want to rely on his help. I wanted to make sure that this Florida product was solely a Florida product, and I didn't want the league's hand in it too much.
Well,
so
I have one.
I'll give him shit, but I'll be real about it too.
Yeah. Can you give us 5 reasons on why Florida's podcast is better than Jersey's?
Oh boy, you went there.
I like it.
You went there.
No, for sure. I could say it's way more authentic as far as we don't hold back. That's the number one thing. There's no politics to it. There's no we got to watch how the league looks, anything like that. And I'm a big fan of Big Rob. I like Big Rob a lot. I feel like me and Joey's banner, me and Joey's chemistry is a lot better than those guys. I could tell me and Joey have a lot of conversations outside here. Me and him actually, go out and hang out together. So I feel like that's also another reason why it's better. I like that it's a little bit more raw. I'm one of those people. I don't like too much of a polished podcast. What I like about your guys' podcast is polished as far as the look, but you guys, in your conversation, is a lot raw, a lot more authentic. I like that as well. I have 3 strong ones. I don't know if I can give you 2 bullshit ones, but I can give you those 3
Fuck
strong
it, hey.
Get about it.
Hey, bullshit goes a long way. It's cool.
Now, real quick, Woody, before we say so long for now, which, by the way, the invitation is for you to stay on the show for the rest of the show if you'd like as we get to our next guest. But go ahead and promote the next parlay, what you guys got talking about on the next show. And if people want to reach out to you, please feel free to promote your brand and go from there.
Absolutely. So again, our show is The Parlay. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Next episode we have coming up is going to be our kickoff season episode where we're going to try and get what we have locked in a guest on the Night Crawlers. Then we have a guest from the Orange. We have a veteran player of the Crawlers. We're trying to get Rico Brown on, and we're also trying to get Mark Bagway on for that big episode. On the Crawlers, on the Orange, we're trying to get the guy that's running the show, C4. We're trying to get him on. It's going to be a fun episode because we really do talk shit a lot, but we do respect each other at the end of the day. But it's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. Again, it can be found on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. It's called The Parlay. It's a great, raw, honest look into Florida football and all around the league because, Joey's got a lot of connections with other guys, so he gets a lot of the scoop and detail into, as the kids say, tea around the league.
All right, well, there you see it. The Parlay with Woody and Joey, again, on wherever podcasts are sold. Best health to you this season, Woody. Good luck in Florida, and hopefully you guys will have a productive season and qualify for the playoffs. But the door is always open. We appreciate the time, my guy. Thank you very much.
I appreciate y'all, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And go ahead, Scotty.
So Jordan Davison is a starting quarterback for the Vegas Hunter.
Yay. He finally got a team. How long will he stay there?
Man.
Well, we will find out on March 24th.
Who was that starting quarterback? Wasn't it Mickle?
It was Michael, yeah.
Michael.
Kamari Michael, yeah.
Will he finish the season off?
We will find that out on March the 24th as we kick off the 10th anniversary season for the Ace NFL. Now, as we get to our next guest, which we kind of prolonged with talking to Woody, which we apologize, but we will give our next guest some extra time. Last season in the spring, he was on the Kryptonite, but during the fall brawl, he took his talents to the Wolfpack, and he will maintain that position for the upcoming season. The one, the only, Pitbull's second cousin. Pitbull, right?
What's going on,
Pitbull's
fellas?
second cousin.
Zachary
Pitbull.
Luciano's in the building. How are you, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
What's up?
Very
boss?
good, very good. So, tell us, how does a man raised in New York, from the big city, makes his way out here to the desert.
Oh man, we moved here when I was young. We actually didn't live in the big city. I'm from Buffalo,
Well,
so I'm upstate.
Bill's Mafia.
Bill's Mafia all the way. Let's go.
Now, have you put anybody through tables like the Dudley Boys?
No, I haven't. I've always wanted to. I thought about putting my daughter through the table a few times.
Devon, get the tables.
Remember Spike?
Yeah, I do remember Spike Dudley. Yes,
Spike used to get it the worst though.
He
That
did.
poor guy.
He did. But the acid drop was fun to watch. A little ECW history for you guys on the other side of the ball. But go ahead and continue your story, Zach.
Yeah, so we moved here from Buffalo when I was 11. I did high school out here, a little bit of middle school, and yeah, been here ever since. Went away for 4 years, lived in Colorado, and then this will always be home, so back here.
Interesting here.
So, what's your favorite position to play?
So my whole life I was a quarterback.
The Jim Kelly inspiration, I'm sure.
Oh no, Doug Flutie.
Oh, Flutie
Doug
Flakes.
Flutie.
Oh my.
Jim Kelly was a little bit. I was too young to remember Jim Kelly. I was born in '92.
Oh, right at the height of the four straight Super Bowl
right
appearances.
there, yeah. So Doug Flutie was my original inspiration because he was 5'7",
Mm-hmm.
knowing where I was coming from with my mom being 4'10", maybe 4'9", and my dad being 5'8". I knew I wasn't going to be tall. My family's not tall. I don't come from a tall family. I was like, that guy goes out there and plays quarterback like the rest of them. He can sling the ball. He runs the ball. And he was like in a time where the quarterbacks didn't run the ball. And he did all that. So I watched his game, and that's where I kind of took my game when I went to high school, because it was a little bit different, because then I was a runner at the time because I couldn't see over the line.
Now, did you watch any of his CFL tapes when he was with the Calgary Stampeders?
No, that's still kind of before my time. I still remember his Hail Mary and stuff that people still talk about to this day.
Sorry, Miami fans. I know that's the big play that still hurts. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, no, played high school out here. I went to Chaparral. Starting quarterback there for
Chaparral Cowboys.
Yeah. And we just switched over there to our game, so I'm really excited. It's just my home field right there.
All home games.
Yeah, they do with the colors and everything. Yeah.
But that booth is nice.
Yeah, it's
that shit's hella big.
Yeah, it is.
It opens in the 3 windows, right?
Yeah, 3 big windows. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's just the spacing in that booth is just, well, me and Scott will tell that story at another time. But
it was an old women's prison.
Really?
It was designed to be a women's prison, but they turned it into a school. Wow. But it was designed to be a women's prison.
Sounds like NVC.
But there's no windows. If you guys go in there, there is no windows in any of the classroom. It's like being in a prison.
Definitely.
Wow. The more you know. So, obviously, you have played everywhere. Obviously, we've seen you a lot at quarterback. We've seen you a lot of wide receiver. What is your favorite position to play, to piggyback what Scott said? Or what position do you feel the most comfortable playing, I should say?
As I've gotten older, I like playing receiver. Playing quarterback now is just a lot of people asking for the ball. Not in the A7s, but flag football community, it's a lot of people wanting the ball, and with it being so spread, everybody's yelling at the quarterback. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to chill back over here and play receiver. That's where I'm most comfortable at.
You're fairly decent at that backstack position.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, yeah.
So,
it gives me a chance to use all my talents. I can run, throw.
So talk about joining the Insomniacs and playing with them during the fall brawl season. What came about with that, or what led up to that?
I really wasn't even gonna play fall brawl.
Really?
Yeah, I went back and forth with it. I was battling a couple injuries. I went back and forth with it, and then I was playing in a flag football game. And Tommy Smith came up to me. He was like, "What are you doing for A7s?" And I was like, "I don't think I'm really going to play." I was going back and forth on teams. And he goes, "No, you're playing with me with the Insomniacs." I was like, "Okay, sign me up."
So he just said, "You're coming," and that's it.
Yep.
Pretty much. Got it. So playing with them, and then obviously you playing against them the previous season, just what can you say from your perspective of what just makes them a very well-oiled machine?
I think it's just because everybody knows each other. The camaraderie's there, and everybody knows their strengths, everybody knows their weaknesses, and nobody has to do more than what they have to do. With that team, it's like you have guys that can fill every position 3 deep. We have 3 quarterbacks, we have 3 running backs, we have 20 receivers, our line's deep, our D line's deep, our corners are deep. So it's just like you never have to do more than you have to do. You don't have to be a superstar unless you're needed on 4th down like Munchie and stuff like that.
Hashtag super team.
Yeah, that's what they say. But I just
here we go again.
Yeah.
it's really
embrace the bullshit.
it's really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. If it's true, you have to embrace it.
I don't think it's a super team. I just think we all play well together.
Nope. Super.
No.
Super. Because you guys know each other, it's a super team.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just
Gotta
take
start
it.
It's a
recruiting
superpower.
different.
Yeah. We gotta start recruiting different. Go to people we don't know.
Have you watched any film, out from outside of Las Vegas? Because obviously we know like a lot of the Vegas talent. We keep beating on the same drum, having just come off of this fall brawl. I understand it was interesting. It was fun to watch. The game is evolving here in Vegas. But I kind of feel like, to echo on something Knox was speaking on right before the podcast fired up, is sometimes like we get to beating on the same drum, and we don't necessarily get to looking at all the exciting things we have coming up in the future. We have the 10th annual season coming up.
Season, yeah.
So like this is a big season coming up. We have some big opportunities coming up with the possibility being brought up of having cross-divisional play, and there's all kinds of things being brought up. The talent level, the schemes that are being brought up. Like we have teams that haven't developed like the chemistry to run their entire playbook that are now getting that chemistry. They've done cut the fat. There's a lot of big things happening. I just don't think we spend enough time necessarily talking about it. And I was just wondering if anybody is I want to start asking everybody that comes on if they've watched any film from outside of the city and what type of schemes they see evolving from these cities. If we have just a couple of generic A7 identities, or if cities are going to start taking on identities and stuff like that. And I was just wondering if he had checked out anybody else.
So I like to watch film, but I like to watch players, not really necessarily games.
Okay.
So Bagway, his game, you don't see a guy like that size able to run, but he can also throw, catch, and he's gonna go and cover your best receiver. Like he did that against us. He was going out there guarding Davik. I mean, granted, our receivers are really like that, but he went out and he did all that. So I like to watch players. I like to know what I'm going into, and just with the way they run their offense, Bagway does. They have that Oregon style, fast paced offense. You're gonna go quick tempo. They're gonna tire your line out. It's straight to the point, and they're gonna put up a lot of points. So that's kind of how I like to run my offense. Like if I'm going to play quarterback. So I like to look at players that I want, find some similarity in. Now, granted, I am not a tall quarterback. My stature is 5'5", 165, like the guy was talking about earlier. So I am that stature, but I like to watch those guys where I can pick out plays and stuff from their game and put it into mine.
I feel like the size doesn't matter, bro.
Oh,
100%. and I say that because you got guys that are my size, right? 6'3", about 280. You know what I'm saying? Who look at guys that are your size and say the same shit. I can do the same thing, all right? I might not be as fast, right? So you said that he held back, or Bagway held Davik. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. You know what I mean? Just again, with your size and your stature, it's the heart.
Mm-hmm.
We've all
100%.
played alongside of you. You know what I mean? So it's when we know what you when we know what you can give. You know what I mean?
It sounds silly when he's over here trying to be I play like baby.
Yeah.
6'4". The second you step between those fucking hash
come on.
marks.
Which, by the way, our recovering producer Nick Blaze just wanted to point out. Shout out to the short people.
Because specifically, your deep ball. For a smaller dude, you're your ability to throw the deep ball and fit it into like a tight spot.
The run
is crazy. On the run too.
On the run.
And the accuracy that he puts with it.
The strength to throw backfield, like to throw across your body, like while moving. You're one of the few guys that we talked about it a couple of times, like watching like the teams with not such a good line is quarterbacks haven't seemed to figure out that they're in control of the snap the whole time. Call hike, get to the outside. Like if you're getting crushed by the line, start the play on the move.
Extend the play.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think Zach does like really well he makes it a point to get out of the pocket fast. Like, okay, now like I'm gonna just rely on my athleticism for a second and then let my brain kick in. And it's interesting. It's nice to see somebody like making use of their athletic talent. So like you play football with your brain necessarily, like so it doesn't necessarily, like Knox was saying, it's not about the size. It's about the heart, and it's about like your football IQ.
Yeah. So yeah, always playing to my strength. That's just how I've always played the game.
Now, earlier you talked about how much you almost wanted to put your child through the table to pay homage to the Dudley Boys, but talk about the inspiration that is your daughter.
Oh man, she's my whole entire world. She's 3 years old.
Bless her heart.
Her name is Adeline. She's a mini version of me. She looks just like me. I told her mom, like, all she needed to do was give her my last name and we're cool, but I guess she got my whole entire face. But no, she's my best friend. Everything I do is for her. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And, you know, she keeps me going every day. Especially with like the last couple of years that I've had, she's definitely kept me going.
Well, again, that just shows the great fathers that we do have in this league that do what they can to provide and, of course, make the children happy because, you know, dads love the kids.
Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but you run bars and stuff, right?
What?
You were like a bar manager?
Yeah, so I've managed restaurants, managed bars. I've done everything in like the restaurant community.
Okay, so then can you give, you know, me and anybody else who's trying to, get out there, get their name out there, get, potential sponsorships, what is the right way? What is the right time? Who do you have to go to?
What's the right approach?
Coach us on how to approach a business on a cold walk-in. Like if you don't know anybody, what are the right things to say?
So what I will say is don't go during peak hours. A manager is not going to want to come and talk to you after 5 o'clock. That's just, even if they're working, they're not going to want to. They're preparing for that night shift. They're preparing for everybody to come in. And then what I will say is, if you're looking for a sponsorship, don't mention money right away. Go in, promote your brand. What I always tell everybody, if you are passionate about something and you sell that brand just as it is, that's perfect. But be passionate about it. Go in with passion about, like, if we're selling the A7FL, go in and talk about how passionate you are about the A7FL. And that, I think that speaks volumes to you and what you're trying to put out there. Now, I've had people like come in and they're like, they really don't know what they're selling. I don't want that. Like, we have guys that will come in and they're looking to like sell me their alcohol. It just came out. This tequila's brand new. But they're not passionate about it. I'm like, I don't want that then. If like you're telling me like, oh, this is the best tequila you've ever had. I've heard that already. Why is your tequila the greatest?
What separates them?
And show me that.
Why do you stand out?
Yeah, and show me that. Be excited about it. But if you're just coming in there monotone and you're just telling me, oh, my tequila is great. It's this and this and this and this. I'm not going to buy it then. But if you're coming in and you're passionate about it, and I can see it in your face every time you talk about it, and every sip that we've taken together, it's just perfect. Then I know you know what you're selling, and then I'll buy it.
Well, Scott is the walking billboard of the A7FL, especially here in Nevada.
You can catch him at the Green Door.
Most Wednesdays. It's half off.
Oh, so you're going tonight?
Go figure.
Exactly.
Go figure.
Well, usually I drink heavily while I'm on the show, so that would be the next stop.
Sorry,
That would be the next.
I got you for today.
Oh man. Okay, so then next question is, how much is too much to ask for? How much is too little to ask for? What is What is the right amount? What is the right timing? You said not to bring it up right away. And like I know this might not be necessarily interesting for most of like our football only fans, but this is part of trying to expand on our league only fans. Man.
My bad, bro. I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, no, look, I
love your voice.
need to pick that stuff.
I love your
Pick my words a little bit better.
No, go keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, no, but how? Like, at what point do you bring that up? How do you bring up a sponsorship opportunity? Like, would it be smart to get in and try and just get on the TVs first, and then come in and see if that's got action? How does that process work?
Or just to add on, would it be better to maybe get a sponsor for yourself before you maybe introduce them to sponsoring the team?
Good question. Good question.
I feel like most companies would rather sponsor a team than somebody individually, because if I'm giving you money, what's that money for? If it's just for you, what am I getting?
Mm-hmm.
If it's for a team, then I know I'm getting something out of it. You get what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
So what I would start with jerseys. I feel like that's the most simple thing to start with. Put a logo of the company that you got that sponsor with right on like something like a sleeve or on the back or anywhere.
Like an ad on the jersey.
Yeah, just like a little ad.
Like the way they're going now in baseball and basketball.
So
Yeah.
I would start there, but how I would approach that is when I'm in that conversation and I know I have the person engaged into what I'm trying to sell, is then when I'm like, hey, for $500, I can put your logo on every single one of our jerseys, sponsoring you every Sunday. Ours is on Fox 5.2. You can catch us on YouTube, all this stuff. And that's how I would promote it at that point.
Perfect. Thank you.
Some good strategy on how to get sponsors. That is very well said and very well put. So, obviously, you're playing for the defending champions, and obviously now the target is on the Insomniacs' back. Everyone's trying to gun for what you guys currently hold in possession, which is the trophy. So, for you guys, I mean, I know this is your first season for spring joining them, but does the team feel like, they're ready to take on everybody's best shot? Because you know how it is when you're the champion, you get everybody's best effort, or that's the plan anyway. Do you guys feel like you are prepared to take everyone's best shot, as the goal for you guys is obviously to repeat and continue this winning streak that you guys have from last season?
I'm going to quote a famous poet named Mac. Dog food. Everybody's dog food. That's all that matters. We're ready to go. Everybody's ready to go. I think seeing what we've been doing and bringing in what we're bringing in, I think we're really ready to go and laced up, and I think you'll see a repeat.
But is it Kibbles and Bits dog food, or Alpo dog food, or Pedigree dog food?
Or Puppy Chow.
Or Puppy Chow, yes.
It's Puppy Chow.
Oh, Puppy Chow.
It's softer. Teeth might hurt. Bad gums. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that, because it's one of those where, again, you have people that have spoke on saying that you guys are a super team, right? But to see what moves are being made because people can't stop you. So does that really make you guys a super team? Or would you say that people are trying to put together a super team just to be able to make the proper travels?
I'm going to say they're making a super team. I feel like you have to at this point. But I never really got that because,
what's a super team to you?
Good question.
I think taking every single best athlete that you can get to play A7s and put them on the Insomniacs. That would be a super team to me. Every single best player that you can possibly find.
But see, in that instance,
but
we're
let
not,
them
though.
say
Like
you
that's
guys,
we
you
can't-
guys have done that.
I don't think we are doing that.
But they said you guys have already done that.
Yeah, they think that, but they don't play out here. Everybody who really says that doesn't play out here. They don't realize that at any given, like, there are other teams that are stacked that
Yes.
have all the necessary parts, all the necessary knowledge. Like, there are a bunch of games that could have went
Either way.
yeah. And then it, like, once the ball starts rolling, like, then it starts to pile on. But there's a couple of teams out there that have given some real good shots for not just a little bit of time. I don't like harping on that aspect of it. I kind of really wanted to highlight more. Like it's getting kind of fucking old. Everybody talking about the same shit. Like how good went. I want to talk about like how we see the growth of the rest of the league. Like that. You know what I mean? Like,
but the growth of the league is coming from the Insomniacs doing what they're doing.
Yes and no, but also like the growth of the league would come a long way from talking about the competition of it.
The East Coast got to have some money for that to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, apparently, I seen a message today that apparently there's some East Coast teams that are ready and willing to make the travel plans.
Let's do it.
Come out here. So, like, I mean, but also I think that we could put a lot of this to bed if we just did like an interstate tournament. And if we could do like an interstate tournament instead of a fall brawl or whatever, one season and just put all this to bed. Let everybody build their super team. Every state bring their super team, and let's see what happens.
So kind of like a Worlds.
Yeah. Like
Worlds
World Cup
Tampa.
Or whatever. Yeah.
But A7s.
But A7 style.
A7
Tackle.
Worlds. I think that would be dope. That would put a lot of that to rest. It would, and then I think honestly, if we did that and settled it, I think we'd see a lot better dispersion. A lot of people they get that chip off their shoulder, and we might see a little bit better dispersion. But we're already seeing it
So you're
in the
saying
A7
all
chat.
of Nevada, all of Florida, all of
Every division.
Yep.
Florida.
We want to see LA come out. We want to see everything because we haven't heard a peep out of LA.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on out there. We're hoping that they were going to bring out some real competition. Like they had Mallard running the ball real hard last year.
so almost like an all-star game type of feel.
Yes or no. Like I think just how Worlds.
Worlds.
Yeah, exactly. And
Best of the best.
Make an event of it. Best of the best.
Sounds like Top Gun.
I think it would be. I think that would put a lot of things to bed. I think it would. We'd be able to move forward from that. Get it done. Get it out the way. And it might just turn out to be something that puts us all on.
So obviously that would have to be at a neutral site. Would you think we would put it at a neutral site to where there's no A7 involved at all?
Honestly, at that point, like it would have to be planned in such a way and set up in such a way to where we don't have to worry about time constraints and travel and all these things. Like we're talking fantasy land here.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
of course.
like we're talking like everybody could get the time off from work. Everybody could be compensated for their time and be able to put their best foot forward.
Let's just say
it would have to be a neutral site or it could be a rotational.
Let's
thing.
just say hypothetically, all that does come to fruition and you can get the best of the best.
Mhm.
My question would be, which area that does not have A7, like which city or state that does not have A7, would you want to go and
St. Louis is the middle of the country, and I think they have a good football community.
Oh,
They have a
gateway to
lot
the
of real.
West.
They have a lot of like real big football programs. They have a strong semi-pro community. I think it's an untapped,
And they
an
love
untapped
and
community.
they love their battle hawks of the soon to be UFL.
and they like being outside. Like it's a culture that likes, like it's a part of the country that likes to be outside. They like
Hopefully in
barbecuing
some
and stuff
real-
like that. So if you
Hopefully
made it
it's
an
a
event,
real Bermuda sod.
you know what I mean? Like if you made it
On
a
the
real
grass.
event, had a bunch of barbecue and stuff, like made it a real A7 family event. Like
Branch,
Vegas team,
Mr. Branch, bring the
seems
ribs.
to make it.
Bring the ribs, Mr. Branch. Bring the ribs.
Nah, don't bring them shits.
Like, but outside of that, I'm excited to see where, like, I think the Force have picked up a lot of players. Sick with it. I think that Mark is refining edges right now, and if the moves that he made in the offseason all work out the way that I've been told they are, they've just been trimming fat in their mind. So let's see.
So for you, Zach, for this upcoming season, what is your personal goals for this upcoming season? If you have any.
Just keep getting better. I just want to keep learning the A7 game and, master it in a way like I can.
Could you see yourself coaching football when you do decide to hang up the cleats?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, football's been my life for 20-something years. I used to go outside and play football in the snow by myself because nobody else would play with me.
I play with myself.
Okay. There it is. There
It was coming.
I knew it.
It was coming.
As soon
That
as it
happens
came
at
out,
the
It was coming.
as soon as it came out, I was like, yeah. But no, yeah, I can definitely see myself. I'd love to get involved with that.
All righty then. Knox, you got anything else for Zach?
No.
What's one rule you could change?
That's a good question. Good question.
If you could eliminate one or change one, what would it be?
For the A7s?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Are they doing the get back rule still?
From what I've understand, I think the get back rule is going to be only implemented in the fourth quarter. Now, I could be wrong. That's something Mr. Will Franklin will have to inform us on. I know for a fact the 3-point play will not be back.
Okay.
But I think the get back might be still inserted in a different way. I'm not sure, but like I said, that's something that Will Franklin can confirm or deny, and he can come on the show and let us know what rules are coming and going as the season does approach. But that is a very good question.
I do have one question.
Go ahead.
What was your favorite play from last season?
Ooh, good question.
Your favorite, most, I don't want to say memorable, but like, what's your favorite play from the fall, bro? Any
like
game
that I was involved, or any game?
Anyone. Your favorite one. Whether you were involved, you weren't involved.
Big man with football, that reverse you guys ran with Sal. Probably my favorite one, just to watch him run people over.
Was that against the one against OTT?
OTT.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite one for sure. Just the way he was running the ball. I could just imagine.
Yeah, but Ramsey did not care. He was still trying to tackle him.
Yeah.
Both of them.
He's got the Ramsey's got heart.
Yeah, they had a family reunion, and that shit didn't go too well. Shout out to the Ramseys, but that shit.
So real quick, Zach, before we say so long for now, here's your chance to promote your brand, or if anyone wants to follow you or get in contact with you, here's the chance to promote yourself. The floor is yours.
Oh, man. Could follow me on Instagram, Zach_Luciano. That's really it. I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
One last question before we say so long. What will it take for your beloved Orchard Park Bills? And yes, I said Orchard Park. You can shoot me later. But what will it take for them to finally get over the hump to make this journey to get back to the Super Bowl where they haven't been in almost 30 years?
Honestly, I thought this was our year. I thought last year was our year. As a Bills fan, you think every year is your year. Right now, I think we're going to lack some things on defense, losing Poyer and stuff like that, just leadership. But I do think with Josh Allen, we have a chance. I think if we sign a decent receiver, a second option for Diggs, a second option for Josh Allen, I think we'll be fine. I don't see us going to the Super Bowl this year. I felt like the last two we had the teams to do it, but just seeing what we're losing, I just don't think we will for a little bit.
How do you feel about the proposed new stadium?
Oh, I love it. I think that's great. That's great for Buffalo. As a city, that's great for Buffalo. Just being there, being from there, and knowing how long that stadium's been there. The fans are just going to love that.
Which means more tables with fire and more plunder being broke in the parking lot by Bills Mafia.
Exactly.
Nonetheless, you can catch him on the field this season with the Wolfpack, and he will try to enhance and help the Insomniacs go back-to-back as the season again starts on March the 24th. Zach Luciano in the building. Zach, we appreciate the time. Much health and good luck to you this upcoming season, and play well, my friend.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Worldwide.
You.
Yeah. Hey, Knox, I had a question for you, brother.
Oh, shit.
Being as how you're like, you are fairly widely known as being the best 3-on-1 thrower.
Or as I like to say, one of the best neutralizers at the 3-on-1.
Yeah, neutralizer. Well, that's a better term. You're a 3-on-1 neutralizer. How do you feel about the get back rule? And especially seeing as how your team has exploited it a couple times.
And you made some plays yourself on the get back. Just
Big
like,
booms.
nope, not happening.
I like it. And the reason that I like it is because with someone with an arm like myself and just having an IQ for the game and understanding certain rules within whatever game that I'm playing, I like to be able to utilize them. So if I could find different ways to be able to get away with stuff, right, that's legal to benefit myself or benefit my team, then that's what I'll do. So I kind of like it.
Did it change how you threw off? Like, did you pick a different angle, try and put the ball up a little higher, or do you try and put it a little back further in the end zone? Does it change it a little bit?
Your hang time is ridiculous, by the way.
Yep, my wife says the same thing.
I was about to say, I heard you got some good hang.
Shout out to Miss Pia.
You know what I mean? Shit, I just got a cramp.
Uh-oh.
That's all the blood is in that third leg you got.
I got something last night. Nah, it's one of those where understanding and like we say, watching film and tuning into whatever show or whatever highlight you can tune into to be able to see who you're going against going against, the following week to prep for whatever you may need to do. Right, so I kind of blame you guys for what was happening to those fellas out there on the 3-on-1. Blame you guys.
You mentioned something about being able watching film and being a high IQ player. You are kind of what I would refer to, and very respectfully, as a master of minimal effort for maximum gain. So you
like the backwards Deadpool.
Yeah, like he finds a way to impact a play without having to do or put forth very much effort. He's going to find a way to use whatever you're doing against you. Like Knox was the first person to ever use like a turnaround block where like he'll let you get off the edge. And he just kind of moseys around with this little lazy ass half turn and a 2 quick step and a pop as soon as you think you beat him around the edge. Like he started it in flag. Now a bunch of people try to use it. It never works out as well. But it's just something I've noticed because me and you have played together on a couple of different teams, won a couple of championships, but he's also one of the most decorated flag players we have as far as championship-wise. So what do you think it would take to build that championship-level squad to be able to put all those through?
Before he answers that, caller, you're on the other side of the ball. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, sir. Who we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Davidson, a.k.a. Mr. Sullivan.
Your track phone going out. We can't really hear you.
You hear me?
No, we cannot. We can barely hear you. You sound like you just aged in life.
Kind of feels like that sounded like he said that was Bill.
How about now?
The signal is not strong wherever you're at. We're trying to hear you clearly, but it's not coming through clear.
1 second.
All right, Scott. So look, to answer your question, is one of those where I've been around the game for a while, right? So it's one of those where I've had to maximize and utilize that. I might not have too much more left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? And that's just overall, just with my body. You know what I'm saying? I'm aging. Plus, I've had multiple injuries, life-changing injuries, and so on and so forth, right? But it's one of those where, like you said, everyone feels like they have something to prove. And when you feel like you have something to prove, you seem to overexert yourself.
So you talk about mileage on the body.
Yeah.
How many more years you want to try to give this a run before you decide to hang up the cleat yourself?
I've already pretty much decided, like, if I don't play this season, I'm not tripping. But I'm gonna focus on, like Scott said, getting the down on the field, right? You know what I'm saying? Just bring a different insight to the game and just start being on the sidelines on every team, you know what I mean? And just working on media within myself and just working on just bringing the raw and uncut. You know what I mean? I feel like too many people gloat and glory about what they do positive, but nobody talks about the bullshit.
All right. Caller, you are on the other side of the ball. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. And who do you have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Kendra Davidson, aka Mrs. Vanilla Vic.
Oh, it's Jordan's girl.
I'm excited for it.
Well, welcome,
yeah, I'm
welcome
Jordan's
on.
girl.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Welcome to the other side of the ball.
We were watching the podcast, and I was like, I'm going to call in and say what's up and hype up the Hunters one time.
Well, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Right ahead.
The floor is mine. I'm really excited for them to play the Kryptonite on the 24th. I'll be out there in my red. I'm excited.
Well, we can definitely hear the passion in your voice, and hopefully you will come out and have a good time. And, of course, try to cheer for your team and cheer for your man on to victory. So
Jordan done made some moves. Came out here, got him.
He got him a quarterback spot, a girl.
Girl, he done came the fuck up.
Hey, shout out to you,
Midwest
Jordan.
pimping out here.
Shout out to you.
You know, well, he's switched like 3 teams since he's been here, but we're not going to
Oh, we know. We've been paying attention.
Well, he's definitely been promoting for sure.
You know,
I was going to say, if he can make...
he was wearing
Oh,
free agent. He wore that free agent proud. I went to a couple of practices. It was cool. But I think the Hunters were the best fit for him because they actually wanted him to play quarterback. The last team he was playing with, the Gold, they wanted him to do wide receiver. And honestly, the fumbles I saw, he's better at the quarterback, honestly. I'm like, babe.
Oh, so he coughs up the ball. That's what you said. This ball, he puts the pillow on the carpet.
He caught it a few times, but it wasn't as smooth as it needed to be. Not to call him out, but I mean, the position you play is the position you play, you know?
Said he fumbled the bag.
Well, I mean, there's no better criticism or teaching to get than from the one
I'm a
that you
scoop and
live
score
with.
type of guy. Better not put it down.
You better stop.
I don't stop.
So I'm very excited.
Right, you're going to be waiting for your motherfucker. You're going to be waiting for your
I'm just joking.
Yeah, he said, yeah, Viking.
So I'm going to get your ass.
Yeah, rush me.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm dead.
But no.
Whoa. What happened? Hey, DP, this the dude that came from... This ain't the dude that came from Ohio, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man, lady, get off the phone. All right? My bad. Hold on. I just caught on to what the hell was going on. All right? First off, your man, everybody's going to put him on his ass. All right? Some shit is going to happen to that man. Respectfully, pause. You know what I'm saying? Within the game itself, he dug this hole himself.
He's only 100.
And we don't give a shit. Excuse my language. But his mouth was like he was like 240. Okay, when you guys was like way across the pond, when y'all was way across the pond, everything was smooth. Okay, he was posting and sharing and all that. Yeah.
I was waiting for Knox to say
what?
something.
Bro, I just looked at the shit and I said, what? Hold on. This is the dude who wanted to make it the battle of the sins, but you came over to this sin? Stay your ass over there with that sin.
I mean, the sin.
Wasn't he with the chaos or some shit? Who was he with?
He wanted to play with the big dogs.
He
was on the chaos.
He was with the chaos, right?
Correct.
Yeah, nah, he can't play with us. He can't play with us.
He can't play with you?
Hell no. Hell no.
Going to.
He can. I mean, because he paid his registration and he's a part of the league, but in real, no.
Oh, boy.
No.
God, I love this.
I'm mad. Look, I'm going to keep real. He's going to watch this shit back and be mad you called in. Hell no. Hell no. We don't like him. He could have came in. If he would have came in as been as humble as he, lady. Respectfully, it's nothing against you. All respects to you. I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting. My bad. But what, Jordan? Man, take him back home. Take him back home. Take him back home. Tuck his ass in and tell him not to come out on against the Kryptonite too.
Damn.
That's gonna make Coach look good.
They're gonna be pretty good at
Nah.
They're gonna be pretty solid.
The Cryptic Kings are definitely finna whoop the Hunter's ass.
The Cryptic called the Kryptonite.
Yeah, the Cryptic Kings, because you know they were the Kryptonite, but not Cryptic Kings.
I like that.
Win or lose, that's still my man.
Fuck no. I mean, I respect that. I respect that.
Stand by your man. I respect it. God bless it.
Jordan, you should have called in. Not
Get
your
a fat
lady.
head. Get a fat head of him. Please.
You should have called in, Jordan, not your
Darren
lady.
Palmer got fat heads.
I know he's sitting by you. Can he talk?
She's not by me. I'm by myself.
Oh, see.
He let you
can't
call
trust
in
her.
here when you by yourself.
You can't trust her. She called me. Yeah. Jordan.
Look.
I'm
Tell
a
him.
supporter of the league. I watch the podcast too. I need to know what's going on so I can pretend to know what's happening when I go
so
to
when
a
you
game.
see
So
him,
I actually
when you see him against a dog team, and you see him get you just know that he may have said some stuff to some people, and they gonna remember that.
Oh, okay.
Just tell him to stay his ass off for 3-on-1.
Butt naked booty scoots.
Tell him to stay his ass off for 3-on-1. Stay at quarterback.
Stay a quarter. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That wide receiver position was not looking that great. So I'm glad that he's
Yeah,
playing QB
he gotta know how to
for-
block. He don't know how to block. We seen his film. He
He's
tried
so
to
big,
post
too.
it. He got ran
Yeah.
over. He got yeah. I hope y'all was watching
Well,
film the whole flight.
I'm looking forward to the game.
The Insomniacs are week 2 against Jordan. Yeah, don't come to that game.
He just talked shit.
Don't come to that game.
Yeah.
You
Don't
playing
come
that
to the game because I'll be crying.
Oh
I'm healthy.
shit! Don't plop.
I'm healthy.
You better not pop a blue chew.
Hey man, look, I'm taking 2 blue chew and a twisted tea. It's
You
popping.
better not pop a blue chew.
I'm telling you.
If this man next to me pops a blue chew, lady, it's over. Okay.
We gonna get it popping.
I'm just saying
goodness
that
gracious.
shit is wild. What
Get
the
it popping,
fuck?
popping then.
Look, she,
Oh boy.
Quan, you gotta hang
I
up.
will say, I like
Quan,
She gonna get in trouble.
Yeah,
She's saying
she
too much.
really about to get in trouble.
She's talking about my
she's in
man.
dope.
I'm trying to talk to the host.
Well, it's 3 of them. Which one?
I really like your guys' podcast a lot.
Okay.
You guys are informative. You're funny. You do a good job communicating.
I'm pretty too.
You
Don't
have
forget
good
that part.
guests,
Okay, Muhammad Ali.
And you're pretty. I like the
Know that.
gender. I like my white boys.
I know.
Well, just
I'm a little different though. I'm a little different though.
just for the record,
Yeah.
Scotty is Asgardian. 5'9" is 5'9". I am just a Blaxican that can't tan.
I don't need a
not a
tan.
black-
Wait, you're hitting on the host, but you got a boyfriend that plays in the league?
Now
Hey, man,
5'9"
look,
has
it'd be
involved
like that,
himself.
Yep.
Because I think she's trying to cause some drama.
She got my boy
It's okay.
Viking
I don't
over
think
here.
she likes her dude.
I don't think she's seen
trying
the
to get him
film.
hurt.
She's seen the film. That's why they came to the real Sin City.
Are you trying to break up with him on the show?
Sound like it.
on the low? You think so?
Them.
I mean, she
Maybe, I don't know.
does. She does watch you every Wednesday.
Jordan, you are
Scott.
not the father.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ah!
Trying to
Stop
upgrade
it.
you.
Stop it.
She watches you
Trying
every
to
Wednesday,
upgrade
Scott.
you.
No, all jokes aside, that's
Mm.
my baby. I just wanted to call and
He's your
support
baby.
No, that
That's
was
a
a
baby.
joke.
It's 3 grown men sitting right here though.
I'm taking.
Oh, no, okay. 2
Shout
grown
out to
men
Miss-
sitting right here.
Shout out to Pierre.
And one
Marie.
married
you.
Yeah.
That's the game.
We don't do Caucasians.
I love when I
You
hear
don't do
that.
Caucasian?
No,
yeah.
I'm just talking about me and my wife. We don't
Oh
do
yeah,
Caucasians.
no. Understood. I get it now.
No.
It just clicked.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a little slow.
Miss Kendra,
You're gonna
we
get me in
appreciate the
trouble.
time, my dear.
I'm excluded from this conversation.
We appreciate the time, and we appreciate you being a supporter of this podcast
She's
and the
a
league. We
supporter of
appreciate it.
Scott, bro. She's not
Gang,
a
gang.
supporter of the league.
All right.
Hey, she flew across the pond to get the
That's why
Scott.
the
What
booming
the
heavens
fuck?
roar across the rainbow bridge of Asgard.
On the A7FL Football Wives.
Oh shit.
That would get some ratings.
What
I'm just,
the fuck is going on?
I'm just saying.
They should do that. Listen, I
I'm
can
just
film
saying.
it.
Lifetime, if you want to,
This
you know,
is crazy.
get in on. I'm just saying.
This is crazy.
Man,
I feel
why-
like
why
we
is-
just,
Look how happy Scott
Life
is.
is
Little
wild.
girl hit on him on the
Hey,
show.
Scotty is turning red.
he is matching his shirt. Tell
Yes,
me
he
he's not.
is. Yes,
Tell me
he
he's
is.
not matching
He's
his
matching
shirt.
dope shirt.
From the face to the
Yeah.
beard to the fucking
Everything.
shirt, he's
Just
red.
One color. It's all one color. It's because blood is just rushing everywhere.
Uh-oh. She's
Whoa.
still watching Scott. She's still watching.
She's
The
on
second she told me-
onlydads.com
The second
right
she
now.
said to pop that blue chew,
That is crazy.
bananas.
That was crazy.
Bananas.
But
That's
what?
not.
But what if that was just foreplay for them?
You better stop it right now.
They don't pick the right bull.
Oh shit! Grab that bull by the horns,
Oh, baby.
Jordan. We're sorry this happened to you.
So there's like A7FL adult content after dark.
Shout out to Only Dads.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
It's your
hold
fault
on.
for wearing only
Hold on,
dads.
hold on,
and,
hold
and
on.
my phone
Hold
died.
on, hold
I
on.
can't even check the messages.
CJ Heem, you was wrong for that comment right now.
Yeah.
You wrong for that one. And no, what?
Oh,
Read
yeah.
CJ.
I can't. My phone died.
Okay.
here,
So
don't say-
CJ,
How's your phone die with phone chargers
read it.
everywhere?
Oh shit.
you read it for yourself.
Yo,
Yep.
CJ, stop it. Stop it right
That's
now.
crazy. That is wild.
yo.
Oh,
I feel like we just witnessed the episode of Cheaters. What the? That's crazy.
Hey, like we said,
Oh God.
Knox 25 has never been a loss for words.
I like my ginger.
Yo,
What?
that's crazy.
Any last words?
God.
That's what you said, right? I had to hear that through the lap. Any last words?
No, I was saying.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad.
I was saying Knox 25 has never been a loss for words, and they're
Yeah.
it today. But go ahead and leave some of your final thoughts. Which again, thank you again for coming in and being a guest panelist. The door is always open, my guy. Appreciate you.
Well, we need to make this a thing, though. No, Knox needs to come back.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't have a team, so and I probably won't be playing this season. So
Well, there we go.
Man, come on.
I'm down.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't really have none. I appreciate you guys. This was definitely
thank you.
fun.
Thank you.
You got me away from you know who. So I'm thankful. You know what I mean? Shit. Shout out to the A7 though on the serious tip. Shout out to Dub. Shout out to the Viking. Shout out to Derek, Nick Blaze, everybody, Quan. Because without you guys, they wouldn't have shit to complain about.
Man, this shit would be boring.
Yeah.
All right, Asgardian, go ahead and throw the hammer.
My DMs is open.
Fuck.
Oh, here we go. That's all you got?
That's all I need.
Oh, Jesus.
I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his eyes.
Oh,
She's
Lord.
clicking Messenger right now. Like, fuck.
Oh.
Sorry, Jordan.
Well, it's already been spoken, but from his hospital bed, Nick Blaze wants you to know that the open invitation is
Nicole
always for you. You just say Nicole Blaze?
Well, the transition.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Stop it, Quan 59. Stop it.
Did they go pole to hole or hole to pole?
I think she's a bofer.
Ah. Just got some extras adding on.
What they say? Both of them.
Both of them.
Zach, you got any final thoughts? Is his mic on?
No, he's on the phone with Jordan's girl.
Stop. Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
He
shit.
about the right tone.
Hey, she doesn't have a height requirement. She doesn't give a fuck.
I low key almost put her number in the chat, but I won't do that.
God.
God help us.
Oh, my God.
Okay, as we try to end the show.
I share.
No, it's like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, like, share, subscribe. That's what it is.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So smash that
Don't
like button.
forget
Like, swing, subscribe. Share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Smash and everything. I mean, smash the like button.
Special thanks to Woody Charles for coming on. Don't forget to check out the parlay with him and his co-host Ripper Podcast for Sold. Special thanks to Knox25 for coming and being a guest panelist. Only dads. You might see him again all night. We don't know, but you just have to watch and stay tuned. Special.
She told me he will be here.
Well. Oh my.
Well, they have a psychic on, so she'll.
She already knows.
Special thanks to Zach Luciano for.
Does she know what I'm thinking right now?
Yeah. He is putting her
I
on the
wonder
spot.
what Jordan's girl looks like.
Packer said she was black.
She is.
Probably.
She has a lot of white friends.
I believe it. Do they have good credit though?
I'm not that kind of white. I got bad credit and a bunch of felonies.
Hey.
And Blue Chew.
I do got a pocket full of blue chew though. And some mental problems.
Go Blue.
Gonorrhea.
No, I get tested.
All right. But he's still going with that OnlyFans page. That he's
Only
trying.
dads.
That they only dads. Yes.
Only dads.
Onlydads.com.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, don't forget to check the Real One podcast. Don't forget to check out the All Pro Jaffos, and don't forget to check out the Mizzle and Dub show, which there might be a show tonight where we will again talk about day 3 of since the league year's officially legal tampering or legal time to stop sign contracts.
Legal tamponing.
No, tampering, not tampons. Not tampons and not Kotex either. Anyhow, this has been the
comments.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
My bad. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I'm just mad that his phone's dead and I have phone chargers everywhere.
Yeah, they are all over the fucking desk. Dude.
Scott, let's just say, eat before you meet up with her.
Oh, damn.
Just eat first, bro.
Anyhow, special thanks to Pierce, on-site producer. Special thanks to Quan59, as always, for making us look bright crimson red and in Scott's case, dang near purple.
It only turns purple if you grab it by the base.
Oh, boy. And on that that note,
Because your cock ring's too tight.
don't forget to join us next week. Chris, if you're watching, we're sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You have a lot to come back to next week, my guy. Anyhow, hopefully you're safe out there. And anyhow, we will see you on March the 24th for the 10th anniversary season of the A7FL. And free to join us at our new location of Chaparral High School, starting March 24th, which Sickwit will start off with the pit bosses, and we'll go from there. Anyhow, for Knox 25, a.k.a. Mr. Only Dads, for the Asgardian, Scott the Viking McCorkle.
Toodles.
Double A Anthony Alvarez saying thank you for watching. And of course, to Vince Young and Nick Blaze, continue to get better and improve in rehab. And we will see you on the other side of the ball. Be safe. Take care of yourself.
Stretch
and
that
each
sphincter.
other. Only you. Only you, Scotty.